Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel, Matt with Green Bar Trading. So, did you buy the dip? If you did, you're being rewarded handsomely. So, we went over yesterday and the day before the possibility that the SPY would bounce off the 40 RSI. I went in on this in detail in one of my last videos. I can't remember which one, but I did say the last 4 times that the market pulled back, we pulled back to that 40 number on the nose on the RSI and then had a nice recovery, a nice rebound the next trading day. So that's exactly what happened today, which is really nice to see. It may have been a quick pullback and, shook out some weak hands, and now we could be looking at another leg higher. Or it could be the start of a different pattern. See, when I'm looking at these things and how I find them is I look for patterns in the market by looking at the charts. This is called technical analysis. And if you have the right indicators on there, you can really start to see potential bottoms in the market and potential tops. So a couple of days ago, I went into SQQQ. That is a ETF that goes up when the overall tech market goes down. And I noticed that we were at a very overbought level on the RSI, really, really overbought. So I got short the market, took a nice profit, and then we dropped right down to the same level on the RSI. And I'll show you all of that on the chart. I'll actually start with that, and then I'll get into my trades that I took today. It wasn't a heavy trading day for me. I took a couple of trades in the morning. I was at my other business, so I could not be at the screens all morning long. I still, went into Discord. I still put all the important levels that we look at for the overall market, because trading with the market is so important. If there's one thing you take away from this video, it's to want to trade stocks when the overall market is at your back. So during a trading day, you're going to have ups and downs, peaks and valleys. You want to get in. After a stock pulls back, the market pulls back, and it's looking for its next leg up, that is a good time to get long at good prices intraday. So that's what I did actually about a half an hour ago. Now, I don't usually trade the afternoon. It's actually one of the rules. So I went in with low share size, but I could not sit on my hands during a uptrending, beautifully trending market, a very strong market today. Sometimes you have to make, sometimes you have to really not follow the rules to a T when it comes to potential to make money on low risk. See, that's the key. If you can do it on low risk, then it's worth it. Would I be jumping into high risk momentum stocks right now? No, that is for the morning time. That's where, in the morning, I make my money on trading the momentum stocks. But seeing a trending market, I felt very comfortable coming in here, breaking one of my rules of trading in the afternoon, and actually added 100% of profit to my overall day. So it was definitely worth doing, and it's something I noticed. And I'll get into that in a second. Before I do, this is where I'm going to please, if you find the video interesting, if you maybe learn a thing or two, hit the thumbs up for me. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We have new videos every day, and you can actually learn something from this channel because I post my P&L every day. A lot of traders that you watch, you may see on YouTube, well, they don't post their profit and loss every day like I do. So how do you know if they're even consistent? So that's just something to think about. All right, here we go. Sharing the money maker, up $56.16. The second day of the week, yesterday was a good day. I actually finished up yesterday $86. Today's $56. We are chipping away at Friday's terrible day. I think I'm about 30% recovered at this point because Friday was not a crazy amount of money, but I was just more mad at how I traded. I was very disappointed. And, if you want to watch that video, go back to my red video. You'll see it on my thumbnail and you can watch it. It's a very embarrassing video. I broke my rules and my discipline. Just not something that I do, not very often. So here we go. These are the profits, the one loss. I traded the futures pre-market, had the direction right, the timing wrong. So that was my only loss for the day. And I started out with that loss. So I started out down to almost my max loss on the day. So to rebound so nicely like this off of almost hitting my max loss, well, I try to keep it between $50 and $75 on a loss. Now I have been letting my losses go to about 100 because I'm trading with more share size. So there's bigger gains and there's bigger losses. So I do like to try to keep that anywhere between, $50 and $75 if I can. So those are the tickers right here. Now I'm going to start with looking at the overall market. And I want to show you guys what I'm talking about when I say the RSI. I just have to put in my daily set because this is something I use only on the daily chart, which is your 1 day, 1 year chart. Okay, so we got the 1 year, 1 day chart. Let me just clean this chart up for you a little bit. Okay, we're on the SPY. Perfect. All right, here we go. You see on the bottom here, I have these white arrows. So every pullback on the SPY, the last 4 times that we pulled back to this trend line, going pretty far back to January, we pulled back to the RSI of 40, where you can see this green dotted line, and we bounced every single time. So if you're going to be trading on probability, which is what day traders do, we try to take the best possible outcome. And, if you did that, you would know, okay, we hit the same level here 4 other times. This is the 5th time, and we bounced, and the market is rebounding very nicely. So this is what I mean, the RSI. If you guys want, you could put the RSI on your charts as well. And, where we bounce, how far we bounce, that gets a little more tricky. But each time we did bounce, we obviously went to new highs eventually because we're here now and we're at all-time highs. So it's just something to keep in mind. I really like the RSI on the daily chart. So we were overbought. If you look down here, I'm just going to make this a little bigger. We were overbought at this level right here. Anytime it gets to 70, that is extremely, extremely overbought in the market, and a pullback is almost going to be imminent at that point. And that is actually when I start to look and monitor the stocks that I want to get long on or I don't want to get long on, because you don't want to trade if there's a chance that the overall market is ripe for a pullback. So anyway, that was the SPY. We got the bounce off the 40 RSI. And now I'll get into trading my first stock for the day. This was a really, really nice winner. This is most of my trading day right here. And if you guys have noticed, a lot of my winners are based off of one good trade. So if I get one good trade, that's where I see most of my profit. And right here, just going to move this. This stock was gapping up on our pre-market scanner. It was one of the top gappers, and it was producing a very, very nice range where you could get in and scalp in there. So that's what I did here. The first trade I took was a very small winner. I actually cut this, and it was a good cut because we ended up selling down to this previous level right here. So, cutting something with a tiny little profit was not because for any other reason. I wasn't trying to just scalp, 8 cents on 50 shares. That's not what I was trying to do with this stock, but it didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. You can see here, usually my scalps are very quick. Like this second one was a 2-minute scalp. The first one was way too much capital right here, mental capital, about 10 minutes for 8 cents. So I just cut it. I waited for a better entry, and that's where I got my big move for the day. This is the move right here. Whoops. This is the move right here. 50 shares at $20.95 and covered them at $21.90. That's almost a full dollar of profit. One of my better trades recently. This would have been great if I had 500 shares. A $500 winner in 2 minutes would have been fantastic. But I trade these stocks that have wide spreads, low volume at this point, and a little more expensive in pre-market where I can't set a hard stop loss. I usually will trade with less share size to minimize my risk. So that's why I only took 50 shares here, and I didn't really maximize the potential for this move. But it is what it is. I'm, pretty decent at trading pre-market and, watching that risk. It's just the way that I trade. The reason why I traded this right here for the break of the 9 and the break of the VWAP, let me just put my 1 minute set on. So this trade was a break of the 9 and a break of the VWAP to the upside, okay? This is a dangerous place to trade. Under the 9 on a momentum stock, pre-market at 7:30 in the morning, you usually do not see me take a trade. Now, why did I decide to take a trade under the 9 and under VWAP? The catalyst. The catalyst on this stock was amazing. It was about the Delta variant and how they found a way to, basically cure COVID with the Delta variant. So anyway, I don't know if it's true or not, but it is a great catalyst. And more important than the catalyst is the technical analysis. It held up here. So every time it dipped just below the $21 price, it rebidded almost instantly. it was having a lot of support down here at the $20.50 mark. So it would break under 21, and every time it would get to 20.50, it would go right back over 21. So I noticed that 1, 2, 3, 4 times before I took the trade. So on this one, once again, the reason why I didn't get out of anything, I was totally fine with going into a drawdown at first, is because I knew I had support down here, and that's exactly what it bounced off of. So this is just simple technical analysis. I didn't make up this stuff. This is what other people are looking at as well. We got the bounce off of that level perfectly. This was a really, really solid trade. I'm very happy with that trade. So, getting out for a very small win here and then getting right back in was just, it was good trading, and I liked it. I like what I'm seeing. After Friday was so bad for me, Monday I traded very well, and today I traded very well. So I have my confidence back. I'm going to be trading Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, from the start of the morning. So I feel really good where things are going right now. So this was the main bulk of my trading day. The other stuff that I noticed, and I'm going to bring up the SPY again on the 1-minute chart, is this. So right around 1 o'clock, I noticed a bit of a sell-off. So when something like this happens, and I've noticed in the past, the SPY, when it does this pullback, can sometimes be a full dollar on the SPY. So let's say it was 32 like it was, 31 tends to be a bottom there. So at 1 o'clock, when you have a lot of sell orders going through from your institutional investors or your big trading desks, whatever you do, whatever they do at 1 o'clock, because they're trying to bet on how the day is going to end. So it's actually not good for the rest of the day that there was a sell-off at 1 o'clock. We'll see how the market finishes up today, but that's not a good sign. But that being said, I did know that after they sell, it might take about 10 minutes or so. Usually it's about 10 minutes. Then retail jumps in and prices come back up, especially when the market was trending the entire day up. This is something I don't expect a beginner to know, but I've been following these markets like this every single day. That's how I know this type of stuff. So what did I do when we got this sell-off? That's where I got into Apple, American Airlines, and I left a ton of money on the table. So right here, you can see at 1 o'clock, you have the pullback. So 1 o'clock is right there. You have the pullback that I just showed you on the SPY. Now, what you have to realize is most stocks will follow the overall market. So if you're trading one stock, but you're not looking at the SPY, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. So we got the sell-off. It lasted about 10 minutes. I've done this a million times. That's where I scalped this stock for a very small, like I said, afternoon trading, low risk. Added another $4 to my day there. American Airlines, the exact same thing. Whoops. 1 o'clock, right here, got the sell-off. 10 minutes later, I got in, added $12 more. And the last one is NVIDIA. Same exact thing, 1 o'clock, got the pullback, I got in and took the profit here for $9 more. So I just padded my day with those 3 trades, and those 3 trades added about, I would say about 100%, maybe 90% to my day. So let's see here. Did I even go into this yet? So yeah, so $56 we're up, getting about $22 in profit just based on knowing that pattern is about half of my profit. So just about 100% I added to my daily profit just from scalping those high beta stocks, NVIDIA, Apple, and American Airlines. Now, where will the rest of the day go? I'm not totally sure, but I can tell you now it's becoming a lot more clear, right? To me, this almost looks like we're starting to make lower lows and lower highs, right? That's now a new pattern. That's a new trend. Until the trend breaks, then we can expect to continue to go down. The selling right here at 1 o'clock is not the best sign for the overall end of the day. You may get a rally at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I'm only talking about, and if you noticed yesterday's trading day, we saw a huge amount of buying come in like the last 2-3 minutes. That's what they're betting on. They're betting that the market is going to sell off in the very end of the day. So not what's going to happen, now, but basically what's going to happen and how the market is going to close. They're trying to bet that it's going to close, below this, 432 level. We're just going to have to wait and see. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. I hope that you learned something. Watching trade recaps is so powerful when you're learning. Just watch what I do. Listen to my thought process. It can really help out a lot. So I hope that you guys did enjoy it. Hit the thumbs up for me, and I will see you back on the next video. Thanks for watching.